It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Commissioners' agenda is out. They meet on Monday, July the 11th at 6 p.m. at the Courtroom C. On the agenda under Citizen Concerns, Dennis Grantham regarding Wayne County Courthouse Historical Site and Revolutionary War Monument, Vietnam War Monuments. Dr. Tony Anthony Simmons regarding Victory Drive being maintained by the county. Ben Robertson regarding employees' pay and changes in personnel policy. Also an executive session to start the meeting. Under new business, consider and approve amending fiscal year 2022 general fund budget through ARP for truck for maintenance department, which was tabled from their June 6 meeting. Also consider approve nominees for the Board of Registrars, which also was tabled. Consider approve contract for Bill Morris Park Recreation Parking Lot. Consider approve 2022 LeMig change order number 2. Consider approve resolution opting out of requiring mobile home decals. Consider approve amending the animal control ordinance. Consider and approve agricultural multi-purpose complex. Consider approve sale of property of Robert Hunter Circle. And consider an approved list of roadways for speed ordinance. Items with the administrator, items with commissioners. Again, all that's set for Monday, 6 p.m. in Courtroom C. City of Jesup meeting for this past Tuesday was canceled due to a couple of commissioners testing positive for COVID. No makeup date has been set for that meeting. And the city's big news is they have their new policy at the Pine, as they've extended the period to 15 days at the Pine before an animal will be euthanized. Again, this original policy used to be just 5 days. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, the governor's race is heating up as incumbent Republican Governor Brian Kemp attempting to defeat Democratic candidate for Governor Stacey Abrams for the second time. Any statewide race is all about money, momentum. Governor Kemp's announced this week that the governor's campaign has raised nearly $7 billion between May 1st and June 30th. 6.8 is the announced figure. The campaign says it collected $3.8 million in campaign contributions, another $3 million through a leadership committee, new financial vehicle created to help them raise money. Kemp will report about $7 million in cash on hand, which includes $6.4 million from his campaign, another $650,000 from that leadership committee. Stacey Abrams has not yet reported her latest financial disclosure. She raised $11.7 million in the 3-month span between February and April, ending that reporting period with more than $8 million in the bank. She reports contributions from more than 187,000 donors. In all, Stacey Abrams has raised more than $20 million since entering the race in December and collecting millions of dollars through her leadership committee as well. Sentencing date of August 1st has been set by U.S. District Judge Lisa Gobby Wood for Travis and Gregory McMichael and William Roddy Bryan for the hate crime convictions in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. 3 men were convicted back in February of the hate crimes, as a jury determined that they targeted Arbery because of his race, among other charges. 3 men had already been convicted of murder in state court last fall, sentenced to life in prison. Only Bryan was given the possibility of parole. Once again, the sentencing date on the hate crimes set for August 1st at the Glenn County Courthouse. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news. Last year, former President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind celebrated their 75th wedding anniversary with a huge party in Plains, Georgia. In addition to their neighbors, former President Bill Clinton, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, civil rights icon Andrew Young, country music singers Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood all on hand, off media mogul Ted Turner to celebrate their 75th wedding anniversary. This year, no party, no trips. The couple will just be at home celebrating 76 years of marriage. It's a milestone so rare the U.S. Census Bureau doesn't keep stats on how many couples make it that far. U.S. Census says that only 6% of married couples make it to even 50 years of marriage. Carter, who is the country's 39th president, says the best thing he ever did was say I do to Rosalind back on July 7th, 1946, in a tiny Methodist church in Plains, Georgia. And Jimmy and Rosalind Carter celebrating their 76th wedding anniversary this week. Finally, in the news, the celebration of life of Roger Lewis takes place today at 11 a.m. at the Reinhardt and Sons Funeral Home, with Pastor Garth Duke Barton officiating. Roger passed away this past Saturday at the age of 68, a lifelong educator and coach in Wayne County, native Wayne County, a member of the Epworth United Methodist Church. And the service takes place this morning at 11 a.m. at Reinhardt and Sons Funeral Home. And Reinhardt's Funeral Home in charge of all the arrangements. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.